Hello everybody, what is going on, and welcome back to the My Player Career Mode, episode 62 for you to enjoy today, and we have a lot to get through, so let's get started. I hope you guys are doing well. We have got for you a double leg header in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup against Liverpool, and later on today as well, a Manchester derby that could well have a say on this year's title race. But before all that, we start the day with a trip to our old stomping ground. We're going back to face up against Norwich at Carrow Road, and this time it's in the FA Cup. Of course, we've already played against them in the league, but this game did not go the way we had planned initially because it was all Norwich for the early stages of the game. And into half-time, we were quite fortunate, actually, to not be behind. So we're going to have to rely on a replay because the full-time result was 0-0 from the game. And as I'll show you the match facts, we didn't register a single shot on goal. So a bit of a strange performance to start the day off. But we then jumped ourselves into the game against Liverpool, the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final away at Anfield. To get anything out of this game, we would have to be at our very best. We could not afford to not turn up here. And it felt like in the early stages of this one, we were back to what we were used to seeing because inside 18 minutes, yes, I should have hit the target, but the fact we were able to even create the chance showed that we could actually maybe get something from this game. And transfer confirmed. Unfortunately, Skriniar has left the club, a £90 million move to PSG. So we've lost a top quality defender, but we'll see if we dip into the market to replace him because that does mean we have a little bit of money to work with. And the window, of course, is still open. So we'll see if anybody new does join the club. But Liverpool answered back to our early, chances with a couple of their own. And this one ended up in the back of the net. But Manu Vallejo was the player who got the goal. And it turned out he was stood in an offside position. So no goal for Liverpool. 0-0 up until the half-time whistle. And we created this turning past Virgil van Dijk, firing it into the top corner through the legs of John Stones. And it was Liverpool 0, Manchester United 1. And look at this finish again. I just got it sweet enough right out the top drawer to beat Alisson as well. And yeah, not the way that Liverpool wanted to go into the end of the half off. And we came back out second half looking for the second goal. And we found it after a run into the penalty area, laying it across. And there was Pedrosa to make it 2-0. We'd gone to Anfield, and not only were we going to get something out of the game, we were going to beat them. So we were in a great position moving forward if we could hold on to this to effectively go all the way through to the final. And then look at this chance here. Depay trying the audacious. It was never going to pay out. Alisson made an easy save. But full-time whistle confirmed the result. And Liverpool with it all to do moving into the second leg back at our place. We'll see if they can pull it off in the first of the two live games of the day a bit later on. But moving on back to Premier League football now then, as we went to take on Leicester away at the King Power Stadium. Maddison starting up front in this one. Thought that was quite interesting to keep your eyes on. We'll see if he can be the difference maker for this Leicester side in that, unusual striker role, but he does sort of play in behind the striker, so I'm sure he'll do a good job for them. And again, Leicester were looking dangerous from the offset. De Gea having to make a save after only 10 minutes. So we were not really able to keep teams quiet, and then that pass there was abysmal by me, but we still created a chance anyway. And I've got to say, the Leicester goalkeeper, fair play to him because he made a couple of top saves. This one here, thumping effort from Lamar, kept out again, but the sign was there, you know, we were going to create chances. And how long could this Leicester side hold on for? Well, the answer to that is not too long into the second half because Munir ended up getting through. It was a simple through ball we played into his feet and he did the rest. So another assist for us. More importantly though, 3 points. Just the one goal separating the two sides. And these are the games we've got to be winning to keep up in the pace of the title race. So remember that. If we end up slipping up and ending up with, 0-0s here and there against teams that we arguably should be beating, then we're not going to win the title, pretty much. So we've got to make sure we're getting the results as they go. Nottingham Forest was the next game for us, and I believe this is the second to last post-com match you're going to see today. And to be honest, it was one-sided throughout. We thumped them in this game. After only 11 minutes, Pedrosa on the score sheet, firing that one into the back of the net past the goalkeeper, Samba. And it was a great finish into the bottom corner with his right foot. Kept it low, kept it hard, no chance for the goalkeeper. And it was pretty much the sign that this was just going to be total domination. But I will say, they had their moments, Forest, and if they could defend, maybe they'd have been able to get something out of this game. They hit the post there with that effort. But this chance kind of summed the game up for me as we misplayed it a couple of times. We got quite lucky to actually get through here. When we did, though, the back heel to pick out Pedrosa. Remember as well, Pedrosa naturally a left-back playing in central midfield for us for some bizarre reason. But it's working, and I will say he took his goals really, really well on the day. That's now 2 for him in this one, as Muller wanted to get himself on the score sheet, showing that he's still got it at this stage in the series as well. But we would go 3-0 into the break as we created this chance, dragging it back before getting in the penalty area, and a thunderous finish into the top corner made sure we would have a quite commanding lead heading into half-time. As if the points weren't already secured, they definitely were at this stage as well. However, Forest would get a consolation goals for themselves. Goal even. They didn't create more than one. De Gea with a phenomenal save here as the ball fell back to them. And actually, it wasn't this chance they get the consolation from, but that was an unbelievable stop nevertheless from De Gea. Lamar gets himself a free kick to make it 4-0, and then they did get a consolation goal. But take another look at this free kick from Thomas Lamar. Relatively new signing to the team. This is the sort of area Pereira used to be so deadly in, but it seems like Lamar's taking over the free kick role from now on with Pereira no longer here. Here is that consolation for Nottingham Forest. Again, De Gea pulls off the save. This time, though, falls straight to Forest's open man in the penalty area, who made no mistake with the volley. And then 5 minutes from time, we had ourselves the 5th goal. Munir acres of space in the centre, but instead we go to Thomas Lamar, and he gets himself his 2nd of the game, as Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester United 5 was the final result here. Thumping victory, just what you want to see as well. And that means, my friends, that we're moving very, very close to the top of the Premier League table. We just need some of the results elsewhere to go in our favour, and we could, well, end up being in a scenario where we're topping the table with a matter of games to play. So, it's very, very close. But we have one more game to show you before our live games of the day, and that is Cardiff at home. And coming off the back of that Nottingham Forest win, I thought we were going to smash them. Turned out to be not the case, as just before half-time, Thomas Muller lets us in down this right-hand side, plays the ball. We find Munir. He gets the goal in order to give us the lead. But up until that point, we were playing so badly, just not creating the chances, not finding the passing moves to put together in order to break them down. And for that goal to go in, it was a big, big goal just to settle the nerves more than anything. And take a look at this, by the way, from Smithies. What a piece of goalkeeping this is. Quite incredible to watch. So much so, thought I had to show you it again. I mean, that save there is good, but this one is even better. As Muller follows it up, you're thinking, surely it's in. Incredible goalkeeping. I take my hat off to Smithies there. And that kind of, just made me think he deserved the clean sheet. He wasn't going to get it, though, sadly, because they didn't create really Cardiff, and that was their downfall as we held on for a 1-0 victory. Into our semi-final second leg against Liverpool we go then, and you might remember this was a stage that we fell out of the cup at last season when we lost to Chelsea. So we've got a 2-0 advantage going into this game. We didn't have that last season. So realistically, I think we're already in the final, but we've still got to turn up and do the job on the day, especially having the home advantage will carry us through. That's the aim anyways. I'm sure Liverpool will look to bounce back against us. It's not often you beat them 2-0 and don't have like a goal back in response. So I was kind of surprised by that result earlier. But we'll see what the game brings as the side is on your screen. Who will make it through to the Carabao Cup final? Martial towards Muller. Muller will find us. Lamar is moving down this left-hand side. Thomas Lamar in possession. There's a clear game plan seemingly being put into place by both teams. For us, it's sit back and rely on that 2-0 lead that we've got, because for 26 minutes, we've not really put the pressure on Liverpool as Kehrer goes forward. This is the first time we've been able to really get into their half, and we've lost it right here. This Liverpool side is quite an interesting one because they've got a strong defence. I think their midfield is probably the strongest part of their side with Ali, Arter and Fabinho in it. But it's their front three that's a surprising kind of trio. We're used to seeing, Salah, Mane, these type of players, the quality up there. Whereas this time, they've got Stengs, Harvey Barnes and Werner. I'm pretty sure Werner's a new signing. But it's not quite on the levels of Salah or Mane and Firmino, really. But maybe their midfield carries them through. But so far, so good. We're not really giving them any sight of our goal as Rabiot through for Martial. We're up here to support, one-on-one with Virgil van Dijk. It's pretty difficult to get past him, as you've seen there. Timo Werner from distance with a first shot of the game. And he's met by De Gea, who makes the save successfully. Corner ball, or actually it's going to be a free kick. Well, well, well. Really good area this for Liverpool. Arthur, Dele Alli stood over it. Looks like it will be Ali. No, he leaves it. He dummies it. Arthur goes for it. And he can't really find the quality that he needed to. And that's a big, big waste for Liverpool. Gets it over the wall. But really, it would have had to have been a lot better to find the back of the net. Much to the frustration of Jurgen Klopp, as we're 3 minutes away from half-time in the first half, that we've only allowed Liverpool those chances you've just seen there. Oh, Van Dijk with a big mistake as he passes it straight. The ball, Martial's in. How has he not scored? Alisson pulls off the save, but Tony Martial got to be finishing that off. That is our first real chance at goal, and it should have been taken. We should be sinking Liverpool out of the cup with this now. Harvey Barnes for Liverpool, trying to get them on the front foot with 15 minutes to play. They still need 2 goals, and they're struggling to break us down, really. Fabinho to Arthur, who tries to strike it from distance. If they're going to score, that seems how it's going to be. The only real way they're actually going to grab that goal, because this defence of United is holding out firmly. 30 seconds remain of this game. The clearance from De Gea, the flick on by Muller, and again by Martial, and there is full time. It is United 0, Liverpool 0. I expected that type of scoreline coming into this one. As we already had got the job done, it felt like at Anfield. You don't go to Liverpool too often and win by 2 goals to 0. But we did that, and that is the result that gets us through as we shake the hand of Virgil van Dijk and try and console him a little bit. But it's us who go through to the Carabao Cup final. We've got another chance to play for some silverware, and fingers crossed we will get it to add to our collection. To end off the day, we have a Manchester derby. If we win this, we move second above them, and we'll go on to 64 points, which will put us a point behind the league leaders Liverpool with 13 games to play. So, we have to get a result. If we lose this game, I wouldn't say the title's done, but we lose the momentum. Win it, we're right in there. You can see the table. You've been seeing this for pretty much the entire season. If I show you as well the Carabao Cup final, there's some good news, whichever way you want to look at this. Spurs are in there. The reason I say that's good news is because they played Chelsea in the semi-finals, and up until that stage, Chelsea were 2-1 in front after the first leg. I didn't really feel all that confident against Chelsea in the final, but Spurs, it's definitely winnable. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to be an easy game. They are still a very good side, but I think traditionally, if we look back at our results against Chelsea and our results against Spurs, I feel like Spurs is the slightly easier of the two, but we'll see what that final brings. So that is our final opponents, played on the 2nd of March, which will be... Wait, are we going to be able to play that next episode, potentially? Well, it is there. And we will have Norwich, Chelsea and Roma. I could maybe get Chelsea, Roma as the live games, and then maybe even the Carabao Cup final for you as well. Mixed in with one post-con match against Norwich. That could be the plan, but we'll worry about that next episode. Until then, we've got this City game, and it is huge. Let's get into it. Raheem Sterling inside the penalty area. Back for Van der Beek, who flicks up and volleys. De Gea makes a save. It's back for Bernardo Silva, who's offside. It will not count. Thankfully, because that would have been the worst start we could have hoped for. 8 minutes in, City have the ball in the net, and there is the linesman flag that cancels it. But is it the right decision? Of course it is. Van der Beek's shot coming in. He's a mile offside. Bernardo Silva, what are you doing, mate? You got to watch that line. De Gea pulled off the save initially, but I actually think he could have maybe caught it. I don't think it was that good a save considering the shot from Van der Beek. Lovely control here by Martial, though, to bring that down. However, he passes it straight to Julian Draxler. Ball down the line for us to chase, and we will get there as well. Harry Winks is with us, but we have got the pace to get past him and into the City penalty area. Need somebody in a red shirt, though. We're going to get the shot away, maybe. We are, and it's 1-0 Manchester United. We turn defence into attack, and it's us who have the breakthrough here at the Etihad. Minutes after City had thought they'd got the opening goal. And I'll be honest, I did not mean to keep hold of this one. I was looking to cut it back to maybe Rabiot here, you can see at the bottom of your screen. But the chance just opened up. And we keep the composure to find the bottom corner off the inside of the post. Ederson has to watch it go past him. And it's Manchester City 0, Manchester United 1. That is our 14th goal of the league campaign. It might even be number 2. Immediately after we get our first one, the chance again opened up. And this time it struck off the crossbar. And it will not go in following the frame of the goal like it did for our first one. But what an opportunity. Martial 1-2. We will get through and look for number 2 for United. Oh, what a stop from Ederson. That is why you get paid the big bucks if you are in goal and are one of the world's best. Van der Beek into the feet of Doyle. His shot is deflected. Oh, what has just happened? Oh, we are saved again by the flag. You have to be joking. De Gea. I've got no word. Oh, it's not. Well, actually, Van der Beek is offside, but does he touch it? I genuinely don't know what I've just seen. Let me have another look at this, because this was crazy. Who actually gets the ball? Is it Van der Beek? Oh, he does. It's Van der Beek. So if he leaves this for Doyle, Doyle's onside. So when Mane and De Gea have this little mix-up here where they don't communicate, Van der Beek goes to collect the ball. If that was Doyle, the goal would stand for City. Instead, it was the offside Van der Beek. And for the second time today, the Lino saves us. And whatever this is only 1-0, this is not done yet. There is still time for another goal in this game. And we need to try and find this second one to essentially stop any chance of City coming back. Rabiot, it's brilliant football. He should have laid it centrally. I was in clear space even. And if he'd have played it, it was a tap-in. Look at this. You can see I'm there. Left foot, tap-in, bottom corner. He's put it wide, though. City will get one last throw of the dice here as time ticks away. Bernardo Silva into the feet of Doyle. We're not going to allow him a shot. Harry Winks into the feet of Van der Beek. Turning, finding Jose Perez. And De Gea with a big stop with minutes left on the clock. And that surely now will win us the game. It is going to finish 1-0. It wasn't for the want of trying. We have gone and created the chances. We just didn't finish them. And we get the victory that takes us to second place. A point behind the league leaders, Liverpool. What a game it was in terms of end-to-end. And right there at the death, Van der Beek could not find the equaliser for Manchester City, who, you've got to say, they didn't perform to their best today. But we were there to make the difference. And that is a huge win in this title race. Let's check out the table. So there you have it then. Confirmation. We are only a point away from the top spot. 13 league games to play. City a point behind us. Chelsea in 4th. Spurs in 5th. Everton down in 6th. And this is going to go right down to the wire, I feel like. Let's take a quick look, though, and see who we've still got to play. So next time out, we will start the episode with Norwich at home, Chelsea away, and then Roma in the Champions League round of 16, first leg. And if I'm feeling nice, I'll throw in the Carabao Cup final in there as well. So we'll have Norwich as post-com, Chelsea and Roma as live, and then if we do play that Tottenham game, of course, that will be live as well. We actually do play Liverpool not too long in the distant future. Away at Anfield, we've already beaten them there 2-0 in that Carabao Cup game. I'm sure they'll want revenge in that one. Southampton still to come. Any other big teams that we've got to play? Not really. Our running actually is decent, you know, for this title race. So outside of Liverpool and Chelsea that we've still got to play, if we can come away with results in both of those games, I'd say we're one of the favourites to win this. So it's looking very, very positive from this point forward. Of course, we'll see what those results will bring, though, because that could end it all, depending on what sort of outcome we get from those games. But I want to say a massive thank you for watching this episode. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. A huge thank you as well for all of the support on the channel. If you are new around here, like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. Until next time, have a great day, have a great evening, and stay safe, people, and I will see you all soon. Adios.